Hey TikTok, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Excuse my lashes. And y'all don't be doing no memes and all that, because I'm telling you now, excuse my lashes. It's time for them to get done. And so I know I can come over here to TikTok with the messed up lashes because y'all accept people for who they are over here. So I don't feel bad. But anyway, for those that don't know, I'm Rebecca Davis, CEO of TaxTyme Express Tax and Business Services. Tax season is underway. I just want to get on here for any clients of mine that are on here, for anybody that wants to be a client. I service clients in all 50 states. You don't have to be in office. I have a virtual option. I know my stuff. This year, I will be celebrating 20 years as the CEO of TaxTyme Express. I've been doing taxes roughly almost 26 years, so I know my stuff. I have a huge clientele, and so with that being said, if you are a client of mine, please don't rush for your to get your taxes filed and leave off documents. Do not leave off documents, because the IRS is not going to fund that. Well, I'm not going to say they're not going to fund it. It may take a while. And then if they say, well, the information doesn't match, now you have to get it redone over. And if I'm your tax pro, you're going to have to pay for that. If somebody else is your tax pro, chances are you're going to have to pay for that. So let's be mindful of that and do it right the first time. Let's be mindful that tax prep is not free. It's not a free service. Not when people who do it, as a business. You got people that do it as volunteer. However, I'm not one of those people. So let's keep in mind that tax prep is a service, and if you have the privilege to getting it done from a tax professional as myself that stays up to date on all of the tax law and know her stuff, then just know a cost comes with that. Also, keep in mind that when you get your taxes filed, if you come in the office or if you don't come in the office, once the return is explained to you, then there are other things that has to be done. Notes have to be put in. All the T's need to be crossed, I's have to be dotted. So if you're one of those people that after you submit the return is submitted, 6 minutes later you're looking on transcripts trying to get an update, please save that. Please save that. Save yourself some time. Find something else better to do with that time, because the transcript will not be updated that quick. I don't even know why people look on transcripts. What happened to you just waiting until myself, send you a nice little pretty email saying, guess what? Your taxes are coming. Hey, neither here nor there. However, if you're somebody that likes to chase down that transcript, don't come and I'm your tax pro, don't come asking me nothing about what you saw in no transcript, okay? Because I don't use transcripts to do tax returns. So whatever it says on there, you have to talk to the IRS about that, because that is their system, not mine. If you log into Where's My Refund and you see that the bars are not moving, that's an IRS tool. That is not a TaxTyme tool. That is an IRS tool. We don't control when those bars move. We don't go in there and put our hand on said bar and move it. No, IRS controls that. So if you have a problem with how slow or how fast that is moving, you would have to contact IRS. And I'm not being mean. I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get some of the things out of the way that I get asked every year. And with me having such a huge clientele, it slows me down when I have to go and answer these kind of questions. So just trying to put it out there now. Also, if you're somebody that is 100% self-employed, you don't have any W-2s, you don't have any 1099s, you don't have any documents in your file. I mean, you don't have any other documents other than your self-employment income, and you're filing kids or whatever, just please make sure you have all of the items that you need to show that your earned income credit, to show what type of business you ran, how you came up with the money, how you came up with the figures that you're providing. For instance, if you are somebody that does hair, 100% self-employed, you do hair, and you're filing taxes, then you can't just sit in front of your tax pro and think of a number on top of your head. You have to bring that information to your tax pro, and then you have to let them know how you came up with that figure, because IRS wants us to let them know how you came up with that figure. They want to make sure we're not just pulling these numbers out of the air because they're watching now. So many people have messed things up for tax pros and taxpayers. So we have to make sure we're doing things the right way, in decency and in order. Okay? So if you're 100% self-employed in whatever it is, if it's hair, if it's Uber, if it's Lyft, if it's cutting grass, if it's baking cakes, if it's OnlyFans, if it's walking the street, no judgment here, whatever it is, just make sure you have the documents that you need. Make sure you can say, this is how I calculated this money, whether it was from, I added up all my Cash App receipts, I added up all my Venmo receipts, I added up all my PayPal receipts, I took the statement from OnlyFans, I took the end of year statement from Uber, I took the end of year statement from DoorDash. However you got that amount, you bring that in so that you can communicate that with your tax professional. Okay? This year, I wouldn't be in a hurry because, again, if you're somebody that files dependents, then those returns won't fund until mid to end February due to the PATH Act. So you have time to wait on those documents. If you're somebody that says, I want to be in the first batch, technically you won't be anyway if you have dependents, because those batches won't fund until mid to end of February. But people who don't have kids or don't have those credits, it's a chance that they can fund before that. So you won't be in that batch if you have kids. Just do things right. The money is not going anywhere. Tax season is not going anywhere. Your tax pro, depending on who that is not going anywhere. So just do things right the first time so that your money is not held up and your tax pro's money is not held up. Because y'all, we work hard for the money, and when it's time for us to get paid, we want to get paid as well. So let's just normalize doing it right the first time. Anything that you are filing credit wise, any credits that you feel you qualify for, make sure you have the documentation to help your tax pro determine if you qualify for said credits or deductions. What else? If you were somebody that had that healthcare marketplace, also known as Obamacare back in the day, if you're somebody that had that, regardless if it was for 1 day, 2 days, half a day, 2 hours in 1 day, you're going to have a 1095A. The IRS is not going to allow your return to go through without us putting in that 1095A. So if you were somebody that was sitting at home, these people kept calling you, blowing up your phone, you answered and let them talk you into getting insurance, chances are you have a 1095A. So call the healthcare marketplace right now and just ask, even if you're not sure. If you're like, I think I did, but I don't think I made that first payment, you might still have a 1095A. That slows down the process, because if you don't have it and the return is submitted, it's going to be rejected, and then your tax pro is going to have to ask you for it, and now your process is held up. So if you're unsure, just call the healthcare marketplace. You can Google the number, healthcare marketplace customer service, give them your social and ask them, did you have any coverage through them for 2024? And they will tell you yes or no. If they say yes, ask them, how can you get your 1095A? Can you create an online account and print it off of there? Or can they mail you one? Whichever way, you need that when you file your taxes. Okay? Let me see what else. I'm just trying to give y'all a whole bunch of information, just because even if you're not a TaxTyme client and you go somewhere else, this information is helpful. It's unsolicited. I'm not trying to make you be a client. I just want to give you the information, because I know me, like a lot of other tax pros, it's so much easier for us when you have everything that you need up front and not have to come back and wait. Because I know for me in my office, when you have to come back, your stuff is put to the side, and I go on to the next person because I have people that are waiting. So we got to keep the train rolling, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure you have all of that stuff available when you come in. And again, if you're somebody that chases down the transcripts, most tax pros don't want you calling them, asking them about anything you found in that transcript. Call IRS. That's them people stuff. Anything that you see on Where's My Refund, call them. That's them people stuff. That's IRS stuff. So we don't know. For me, if you're somebody that you don't file taxes, You don't get taxes. You don't have a reason to file taxes, but you would like to earn some extra money. I got you. I'm looking for 5 more referral agents. What a referral agent does is get out on the street. I provide all of the marketing material. You get out on the street, you hand out my flyers, my cards, my door hangers, whatever it is, and you get clients to come. You can put your name on the information. You can give them you're going to get your own little referral code. Give them your referral code. When they come file their taxes and they fund, you get money. It's no limit to how much money you can make as a referral agent. You don't only get money, you get bonuses, gifts, TVs, trips, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in, just DM and put referral agent, and I'll send you the information that you need. Like I said, you don't have to do anything. I provide all of the marketing material. I even provide the training on to help you answer the questions that people may ask you before they become a client, or if they need to know something. I help you with all of that. So yes, if you're somebody, even if you are a client, you can still do it. So if you're somebody that likes to make extra money doing something very easy, there's no sales, no products, no shipping, no nothing. All you're doing is getting the word out about TaxTyme Express. And again, I can see clients in all 50 states. They don't have to be local. They don't have to be in Dallas. They don't have to be in Mesquite. They don't have to be in DFW. They can be anywhere. I have clients in Atlanta, St. Louis, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, and it goes on and on. So again, they don't have to be here to still get my awesome, great service. Okay. And if y'all have any tax questions for me, let me just make sure. If y'all have any tax questions for me, y'all can feel free to ask them. You can ask them in the comments here, or you can send me a message and I will go live and answer it, or I'll just answer it in the message. It's totally up to you. So I think that is all. I may come back later if I think of some other stuff, but I just wanted to get that out there. So to kind of prepare everybody, tell you what you will need, help you help your tax pro, and then tell you ways on how you can earn extra money. Until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Peace, peace.